The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Helen Keller. It's not enough just to see the world as it is. What's more important is to have a vision of what it could be. Think of yourself as a visionary, seeing beyond today, planting seeds for a future you'll enjoy. Remember, doing things, not just wishing, is important. Every small step you take today is a leap towards a bright tomorrow. Dream big, plan wisely, and act boldly. Leaders typically focus on the future, contemplating their goals and envisioning their desired destination as time unfolds. This future-oriented mindset is not just about setting goals, but also about strategizing and finding ways to achieve them. The exciting part is that when you start to adopt this future-focused perspective, you begin to think like a leader, and as a result, you can achieve similar outcomes. Dr. Edward Banfield from Harvard University made a significant discovery through his research over 50 years. He found that having a long-term perspective is a key factor in determining one's financial and personal success. He described this long-term perspective as the capacity to look several years ahead while making present-day decisions. This insight is tremendously impactful. Essentially, the further ahead you plan for the future, the better your current decisions will be to ensure that desired future becomes reality. Take, for example, the practice of saving money. If you start saving $100 a month from age 20 until you retire at 65 and invest that in a mutual fund with an average annual return of 10%, you could accumulate over $1.1 million. This demonstrates that with a long enough time horizon, saving even a modest amount monthly is feasible for most people. This means that virtually anyone starting work today can potentially amass $1 million over time, provided they start early, save consistently, and keep their long-term financial independence in sight. In personal strategic planning, it's beneficial to begin with a long-term view of your life. Start by practicing idealization, which involves creating a 5-year vision for your life. Imagine what your life would be like in 5 years if everything were perfect. A major hurdle in goal setting is self-limiting beliefs, where you perceive yourself as limited in some way. Overcoming these beliefs is crucial to realizing your long-term plans and achieving success. You might sometimes feel like you're not good enough in some areas. This could be about how smart you are, your skills, creativity, personality, or something else. Because of this feeling, you might underestimate what you can really do. You might not set any goals, or if you do, they're too low and not challenging enough for you. You can do a lot more than you think. When you use idealization and think about the future, you can get past these limits you set for yourself. Pretend for a moment that you have no limits at all. Think that you have all the time, skills, and abilities you need to reach any goal you set for yourself. No matter where you are in life, imagine that you have all the friends and connections you need to open doors and achieve your dreams. Believe that there's nothing stopping you from being, having, or doing anything you want to achieve your most important goals. Charles Garfield, who studied very successful people, found something interesting. He looked at people who were just average at their jobs for many years but then suddenly did really well. He found that all these people started to think in a special way, which he called blue sky thinking. In this kind of thinking, you believe that everything is possible for you, like looking up at a clear blue sky with no limits. You think ahead several years and imagine your life is perfect in every way. Then you look back from that perfect future to where you are today and ask yourself, what must have happened for me to make this perfect future a reality? You come back to the present and think about what needs to happen from now on to achieve all your goals in the future. When you idealize and think about the future, you don't make any compromises with your dreams and visions for yourself and your future. Dream big and think of yourself as one of the strongest people in the world. Start by picturing the future you want. Ask yourself what you really want. Then think about what you can do right now, in your current situation. Begin with your job and career. Imagine it being perfect in 5 years. Think about your ideal job, what you're doing in it and where it is. Consider who you're working with and what your responsibilities are. Reflect on the skills and abilities you have and the goals you're reaching. Also, think about how much you're earning. Believe there are no limits and that everything is possible for you. Remember what Peter Drucker, a famous expert, said: We often think we can do a lot in 1 year but underestimate what we can do in 5 years. So don't let that happen to you. Now also think about your perfect financial life in the future. Think about how much you want to earn in 5 years, the lifestyle you desire, including the house and car of your dreams. Consider the luxuries you want for yourself and your family, how much money you want to have saved, and how much you plan to save and invest each month and year. Also, think about your retirement savings. This kind of thinking helps you look beyond your current situation and sets a path to achieve your dreams. Imagine you have a magic board where you can write anything you want for your future. You can erase the past and start fresh. You have no limits. Now, think about your family and relationships. If they were perfect in 5 years, what would they look like? Who would you be with, and who wouldn't you be with? Let's focus on 3 important areas: where you would live, the quality of your life, and the relationships you'd have if everything was perfect in 5 years. Imagine the details of your ideal living situation, the standards you'd have for your life, and the kind of relationships you'd maintain with important people. When you dream about your perfect future, the key question to ask is how. This question sparks creativity and leads to ideas that help you reach your goals. Unlike unsuccessful people who doubt if a goal is possible, high achievers focus on how to achieve their visions. They look for ways to turn their dreams into reality. Now consider your health and fitness. In a perfect scenario 5 years from now, how would you look, feel, and appear? Think about your ideal weight, exercise routine, and overall health. What changes would you need to start today in your diet, exercise, and habits to reach superb health in the future? Then, imagine yourself as a significant and influential person in your community, someone who makes a difference. If your social and community involvement were ideal, what would you be doing? Which organizations would you be working with or contributing to? Think about the causes you believe in and how you could become more involved. Remember, the main difference between high achievers and others is being action-oriented. High achievers are always busy, constantly moving towards their goals. They act on their ideas immediately. In contrast, those who achieve less often have good intentions but always find an excuse to delay action. It's often said that good intentions alone lead nowhere. Finally, take a personal inventory of your skills, knowledge, talent, education, and abilities. Reflect on these aspects and how they align with your goals and your vision of a perfect future. Imagine your personal development at its highest level, where there are no limits. Ask yourself these questions. In 5 years, what new knowledge and skills would you have gained? In which areas would you be known as excellent? What daily actions would you take to develop these skills and become a top performer in your field? After considering these, the key question becomes how. How will you gain the skills and expertise needed to lead in your field in the future? Next, think about your ideal day-to-day life. Design your perfect year from January to December. Consider what you'd like to do on weekends and vacations. How much time off would you take each week, month, and year? Where would you like to travel? If there were no limitations, how would you organize your year to have complete control over your time? The Bible says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." This means that without an exciting vision for your future, you lose motivation and enthusiasm. However, with a compelling future vision, you're constantly motivated to act towards making that vision real. Remember, happiness comes from the progress towards a worthy goal. With clear and exciting goals, you'll feel happier, more positive, and optimistic. You'll be more enthusiastic and internally driven to start each day, as each step you take moves you towards something important. Resolve to think often about your ideal future. The best days of your life are still ahead. Your happiest moments, highest earnings, and most significant achievements are yet to come. The future will be better than the past. The more clearly you envision your long-term future, the faster you'll attract the people and opportunities needed to make it real. Greater clarity about who you are and what you want leads to greater achievement, and at a faster pace, in every area of your life. As you continue your journey, always carry the vision you've nurtured. Reflect on the seeds you've planted, and watch them grow into realities of tomorrow. Recognize the power of your actions, not just your dreams. Remember, the future isn't just a place you're going, it's one you're creating. As you step forward, each choice you make, each action you take, is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. Like a skilled artist, you have the power to transform the canvas of your future with the colors of your dreams and the actions that make them come true. If your vision was lighted up by this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more vision-igniting videos. Your support really helps us share more great advice about empowering vision. Let's keep growing and winning together. Until next time.